Hi, and welcome back to You Can Too RV. Finally, we were able to get our motorhome out of storage, and now it's time to use it. So we hooked up the Jeep, loaded up the dog, and headed out. We're chasing Steve Egbert over Highway 58 into the Mojave Desert, specifically into the Jawbone Canyon, which is an off-highway vehicle area. So a lot of dirt bikes and side-by-sides roaring around. So in addition to following Steve, we're joined by Phil and Angel behind us, and then a day later, Bob and Donna ended up joining us as well. No trip is without problems, and this time it was Phil's turn. The front suspension of his motorhome had a sway bar mount break loose, and even his leveling jacks gave him problems. We called in some help for the sway bar, and we were able to get it disconnected enough for him to limp home, but due to some equipment issues, we were unable to do a permanent fix on site. His thermostat stopped working, so he didn't have any heat. The first signing of a magazine by Laurie. It's to our good friend Steve Egbert.
Reagan lost interest.
And there's Steve with a shirt. Steve needed to get to work. Bob and Donna had to head back because Donna hasn't retired yet. And Angel had to get to work. So on Sunday, Laurie, Reagan, and I headed to Ridgecrest and camped at the Elks Lodge there. There's a ton of desert activities. So one that we took up, that was a recommendation of my friend Kevin, was to see the Burro Schmidt Tunnel. Now, you access that from Highway 14, and it's a rough dirt road. 4x4 is recommended, and when you get there, all it is a hole in the wall, and you crawl in. It's a half-mile tunnel. It's cramped. Make sure you've got a good flashlight. Flashlight I had wasn't really good enough, and my camera really amplified the available light. I couldn't see as well as what you're seeing in the video, but it's pretty neat to see. To think that some guy spent 38 years digging this thing by hand, and about the only thing he left behind was his name on that. But it is kind of neat. Let me know if you got any questions. I'd love to see some comments, and let me know what you think about this. That was the first part of our spring trip into the Mojave Desert of California. Hope you enjoyed this, and come back for the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and ring that notification bell so that you won't miss out on that next video.